subscribe to our YouTube channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to get all the latest updates. Hi everyone, my name is Anita Sharma and I welcome you all at Importer Media once again. Today I'm going to be with one of the professors who is my role model, my mentor from the books, various books I've read. So, in that capacity, he's my mentor. I am going to welcome Professor Pestonjee from AHRD. And Professor Pestonjee, welcome you at Importer Media. It is an honor for me to have your story at Inkpot Hub. This is one of the greatest and proudest day for me as a founder of this organization, having you here at Inkpot Hub. Thank you so much for accepting our request. Sir, we have
please.
Sir, we are so fortunate. Like my generation is so fortunate to have your guidance from various means, your papers, your books, your articles. We have read all those articles and books. I want to know from you about your journey because you have been a psychologist. You have worked in IIM Ahmedabad, and you are one of the pioneers who started AHRD discussions around human resource development, human resource management in India. And during those days when IIM Ahmedabad was, in early stages and nascent stages, you contributed in that journey. So I would love to know from you about your journey. If you can throw some light on that.
Well, Anita, yes, it has been a long journey for AHRD. And it has been a much longer journey for me personally as a professional. Actually, I'm very happy to inform you that I'm celebrating the 60th anniversary of my research publication.
Wow.
My first research article was published in 1963 in the Indian Journal of Social Work, which was one of the very important journals of its time, published by Tata Institute of Social Sciences, Mumbai. And since it has continued from there, started from there and continued even now, research-wise, I feel I'm quite productive as people of my generation go. But coming to HRD and its initiation, actually this was an idea basically given to us by our very senior colleague, Professor Uday Parikh, who was with us at IIM Ahmedabad. And he had the feeling that people in industries, in organizations, have a lot of wisdom and experience on their own. They face problems, they know how to solve problems, they know what to do, they also know what not to do, like that. But they generally don't share this expertise or knowledge which they have with other members, other industry people who might be having similar problems or issues to it. So he said we should provide them some type of a forum whereby we can sort of encourage them to come forward, bring other people from other industries around, so that there is a interactional learning taking place between organizations. And with that intention, we launched an organization which is very prosperous now, NHRD, National HRD Network. But very soon we realized that the platform is there, but the users are very hesitant. They still require a lot of academic handling.
Mm-hmm.
So we thought of launching the academy, which will cater to this need of people, HRD professionals in particular, who can sort of, upskill themselves, update themselves, experiment with new ideas and all that. And with that intention, we established the Academy of HRD. I had the privilege of signing for both establishment of both these organizations. And of course, For AHRD, we got some initial support from Xavier's XLRI, Jamshedpur. The response was very good, very healthy. We were a few from IIM Ahmedabad, and the powers that be at that point of time, they encouraged us quite a bit. They said, you please go ahead, you start this new enterprise, new venture. And of course, the unwritten code was that we will not gain personally from this. We will professionally try to set this up. And most of us actually adhered to that code.
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't face, much of hiccups and problems and all that. The industry was very, very happy to provide all possible help to us.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the time when, the public sector was very, very important. And public sector had sort of a lot of capacity for experimentation. Unlike what people generally believe about it, there's everything very bureaucratic, and everything is preset, and you cannot violate a norm, and you cannot think out of the box, and all those things. It's not really true. It is public sector which has been experimenting quite a lot, I must say. For example, BHEL in one of the first to introduce HR. And one of the first HR chief was Mr. Datta, who had nothing to do with HR or personnel. He was a factory manager, BHEL factory manager. I think about 200 engineers worked under him. The hardcore engineer, production man. But he said, I'm willing to face the gambit. And so there were people from finance, there were people from production, there were people who had engineering background, scientific background. They all chipped in and didn't hesitate to stop. So we got a lot of support, unlike many organizations which initially have a lot of hiccups and they can't start and they have got other issues. So we went along and we did all the training, teaching here at Ahmedabad, and XLRI did the evaluation and awarded the fellow title. In fact, our first fellow is a professor in XLRI now. You can imagine this. So yeah, so it's not that it was only application oriented. There were no academics involved in it. So we got people of all hues and colors.
So I remember I read somewhere that it is a part of NHARD and how you, Professor Uday Parikh, Professor T.V. Rao, Professor Ravi Mathai, and all of you came together with a mission and a vision to, establish HRD, HRS, Human Resources.
It was quite a serious exercise, let me tell you, initially, because our HRD's first director was Professor T.V. Rao, who was a full-time faculty with IIM Ahmedabad. So he left that and he took over the realm of the HRD. So it was quite a serious academic exercise also on our part. And we continuously got, good nominations, good students to come and work with us. And very, very, I must say that everybody was sort of feeling that we are on the right track, we are on the right path. Then for some reasons, we shifted to Hyderabad, for about 5-6 years. And we didn't do too well there. We hired a place in Banjara Hills and doing it. But we soon realized that it's better to shift back to Ahmedabad. So that was some type of a period where I may say that, we lost out on the momentum which we had developed here. So what else you'd like to know as a background? I mean, this is how it all started. And Yeah.
So I want to know about, because AHRD is primarily earlier was known for the MDPs and the executive
Yeah.
programs.
Yeah.
So eventually, AHRD launched its research program as well. So I can easily now sense that research is a core thing, as in like whatever comes from industry goes to academia, and whatever learnings from academia goes back to the industry. So I can see a lot of synergies. So just want to know what is the reason behind why do you think, or when you started the FPM program
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
what was the vision of this FPM program, so that we can try to understand like 20 or
You
30 years
see,
from now.
yeah. You see, there is something, there's a technical side to it. Uh, like the academy in the past and also in the present context uh, is not a degree granting institution. We don't qualify to be a degree granting institution.
Mm-hmm.
So, like IIM, initially, IIM also did not award a PhD degree.
Right.
We only gave a fellow title. And we did not also give MBA, though many of the old-time IIM graduates write MBA. It's not correct. No, it was PGDBM,
Mhm.
this is postgraduate diploma. So organizations can award diplomas, but they can't award degrees. That's the thing. So similarly, we had no go, but we had to accept the fact that we can only. Then later on, we developed some linkages with some universities, and a candidate who's enrolled with us can also enroll with the university on such their terms and conditions, and they can get a degree also. Because many times those who want to pursue a teaching career or something like that, they have to have a PhD, doctoral degree. FPM is equivalent to doctoral, but it's not technically known as a doctoral degree. So that is the situation, and to be a degree granting institute, we require so many things about infrastructure, the number of people in the teaching roles, and so there's so many requirements, prerequisites and requirements. So that's the reason why we have only. And of course, you can always do MDPs. You can always do certification courses, programs. We can do. So those are the initiatives which we are in.
So I want to know from you, like as you mentioned that you moved from Ahmedabad to Hyderabad and you came back from
Yeah,
Hyderabad
yeah,
to Ahmedabad. So
yeah.
that was, I think, a very major challenge for
Yes,
everybody. You must have
yeah,
experienced during that
yeah.
time. So I want to know because it's a very innovative team which you were working with, and did you experience any challenge in terms of managing that team of bright minds?
We have a lot of freedom to experiment, and we did experiment. Let me tell you that. So sometimes we took very, very young people, to head the academy, thinking that they might not have a lot of experience, but they have a lot of ideas, and they are very keen to experiment with their ideas. So we said, let's do that. And over the years, the board members and all have been very supportive of all the initiatives which the academy has taken or thought of, including or excluding. Sometimes, we don't want to do certain things.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it's like that, and it's always been a sort of a low profile. We don't advertise much and all that. We don't seek fresh graduates to come and enroll with us. So it's only for people who are already in the profession, like, and they may be of different age groups and experiences and backgrounds and things like that. Like a couple of years back, we had the batch in which I think the youngest member was about 32, 33-year-old, eldest was 62.
Mm-hmm.
So they are all types of people who are sort of interested to upskill themselves, and that's why they are coming forward. So we have to have those type of things in mind, when we are planning out what to offer. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So
So are you also
that-
planning to expand your horizon in terms of affiliation with other universities? Because you right now have with Adani and you have with
Yes.
yeah. So are you trying to expand your association with other universities? Program, who wants to pursue a
yeah, I would not venture a direct answer, specific answer to this issue or question. But the national education policy, the new NEP, we call it, the NEP provides a lot of freedom and a lot of leeway to the universities, and us also, organizations like us, to tie, joint programs or joint degree coursework and all those type of things. So I think in a couple of years, it would be a widely spread out type of academic arrangement.
Okay, I understand. So I think I'm very hopeful from this program because I have had a chance to discuss with Professor Rajesh, Professor Anidhi, and now I'm speaking with you. I can sense that it is one of the programs which any person who is in the corporate world and is willing to link up with their theory and the world of knowledge and create a new knowledge. I think that is one of the specific institutes dedicated in HR and research related to HR. This is a very interesting initiative, sir. And I must say that if I had known this institute earlier, like 13 years ago, if I had known, I would have considered it for my own admission to the PhD program. Why? There are certain reasons because of the faculties which are coming from various world class and institutes from India.
Let me tell you, our coursework is really rigorous, and we get some of the best people to
faculties. Yes, I've seen that, sir. I've seen a lot of faculty profiles, and I've seen that. I can also vouch on the fact that people like you, Professor Uday Parikh, Professor T.V. Rao, you, as I mentioned earlier, that you created something from Indian scenarios, and that is like we get if a student comes in and works and pursue a PhD program and a research program or FPM program, I am sure that what they will get is here is not available anywhere else in the country.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe so. I'm not saying as a self-praise or something, but that's true. Because we are fairly rigorous and we take care that the academic inputs which we offer are really whatever best available.
I understand that part, sir.
It's great to see you all here. Thank you for watching our work. If you have not subscribed to Inkpot Media, then please hit the bell icon and subscribe to our channel and support research celebrations in India.